What would you do if a poor janitor walked into a billionaire's office and turned out to be the man who once saved his life? This is the story of a struggling single dad, mocked for his appearance, ignored by everyone until one powerful name changed everything. A past act of courage, a hidden sacrifice, and a moment that will leave you speechless. But here's the twist: he didn't want money,
fame or rewards, just a simple job to take care of his child.
Stay with us till the end, because this story will remind you what true greatness really looks like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started. Daniel Carter stood outside the towering glass building in downtown New York, adjusting the sleeves of his faded shirt. The city buzzed around him, luxury cars passing, professionals rushing inside. But he felt invisible among them. In his hand was a simple application form for a janitor position, the only job he could find after months of struggling to support his young child. Despite his exhaustion, his eyes carried quiet determination. He wasn't here for pride, he was here to survive. Inside, the waiting area was filled with sharply dressed applicants. Some glanced at Daniel and smirked, whispering among themselves. To them, he looked out of place, like someone who had taken a wrong turn. But Daniel ignored the stares and took a seat, holding on to the one thing he had left: hope. His mind briefly wandered to his child at home, reminding him why he couldn't afford to fail today. Upstairs, Billionaire CEO Alexander Hayes was reviewing applications with little interest until one name suddenly caught his attention. Daniel Carter. His expression changed instantly. The name echoed from a distant memory he could never forget. Years ago, during a horrifying car accident, a stranger had risked everything to pull him out of a burning vehicle before disappearing without a trace. That man had the same name. Alexander leaned back, his heart racing as questions flooded his mind. Could it really be him, or just a coincidence? Without hesitation, he ordered his assistant to bring Daniel Carter to his office. Immediately downstairs, unaware of what was about to unfold, Daniel sat quietly waiting for his turn. Completely unaware that his past was about to change his future forever, Daniel stepped into the CEO's office with quiet hesitation, his worn shoes barely making a sound against the polished floor. The room was vast and elegant, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Behind the desk, Alexander Hayes stood frozen, his eyes locked on Daniel's face. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then recognition struck like lightning. It was him, the man from that night. The one Alexander had searched for but never found. "You saved my life," Alexander finally said, his voice filled with disbelief and gratitude. Daniel looked surprised, then gave a small, humble nod. He remembered the incident, but had never thought it mattered. This much to him, it had simply been the right thing to do. While Alexander stepped forward, overwhelmed with emotion, Daniel remained calm, almost uncomfortable with the attention. Alexander immediately offered him a senior position in the company, insisting that a man of such courage deserved far more than a janitor's role. But Daniel gently refused. He explained that all he needed was a stable, honest job to support his child. His voice carried no regret, only quiet strength and dignity. This humility struck Alexander, even deeper than the act that had once saved his life. Moved beyond words, Alexander made a decision. If Daniel wouldn't accept greatness directly, he would still ensure he received it. He approved his hiring on the spot, but quietly arranged better pay, benefits, and educational support for his child. As Daniel left the office, still unaware of the full extent of what had just happened, Alexander watched him go with deep respect, knowing that true greatness often walks in unnoticed, wearing the simplest clothes.